Hey everybody, this is Dave. I want to show you a quick fix when this happens, where all of a sudden, where did all my custom shapes go? Okay, it happened to me a few times and I had no idea how to fix that. But the way to fix it is actually quite simple. So what you would do is, right, so here's my scene with my missing custom shapes. You can go open up another instance of Blender, and then you're gonna go to Autodesk Pro, like I said before, my favorite add-on. I'm gonna go add armature, human, and then what I'm gonna do is pose mode, select this guy, select them all. I'm gonna go, since I have all this selected, I'm gonna go here again. You have, your import export, so I'm gonna hit export. I'm going to turn off reference bones. I don't think I need them. Because this is a custom shapes more issue I'm having. So I'll click OK. And then I'm going to save this off screen. Boom, boom, and done. All right, great. So now that this has been exported, I'm just going to close this because I don't need it open anymore. So I don't need to save it. So now I'm back here. So I'm going to go to, this time, import. And then I'm going to select the file that I made. And there it is here. Import the data, and voila. We got our custom shapes back. Okay, so pretty much 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the mapping presets. You'll see that it's been updated. Now we have a drop-down menu, and these are the latest naming conventions already pre-built inside of Autodesk Pro. I'm actually going to select FBX IK because of the fact that I want to have IK features and capabilities with my with the retargeted data, giving you more abilities and stuff like that, where you could do some editing and really get some dynamic stuff going on there. Okay, I want to show you a really cool update Lucky made. Okay, so here I have the previous version of Autodesk Pro, and here is the latest version. I'm in the Remap. Okay, I'll go here as well. Everything's already set up, and I'm going to retarget some mocap data, and we'll see the new results. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'll hit retarget. Okay, that's fine. I'll click OK. Then I'll go here, I'll click retarget, and you can see there is some changes. Okay, and I'll just click OK here, and then we'll give it a few minutes, hopefully a few seconds. We'll see. And that's done. And pretty much it's self-explanatory, which is great. So if I press play here and press play here, you'll see that now with the latest version, the character hip doesn't line up with the hip of the mocap data. It stays in its original position. And one of the cool things about that is, with the previous version, even though it's a great add-on, I don't have to go to, let's say, interactive tweaks. Let's turn this back on. Go to pose mode, and then select this guy here though. And one cool thing about the Autodesk Pro, since I have my root master selected, I can select this guy right here, my synchronize button, and it automatically selects whatever is selected here on my list. So no more having to do this. So those days are gone. And then, so now to go back to my previous point, I would have to click this a few times to get it to its original position, and then move on from there. See what I mean? But now with the latest version, all these extra steps are no longer needed. So I can just simply retarget and move on to something else. So I have this simple animation of Tin Man throwing his hat, and comes right back and he catches it like a boomerang. Okay, well, the body's been controlled by mocap data that I downloaded off of Mixamo, and the hat is manually hand keyed. Okay, what I want to show you, one of the cool things is where if I want to export this. Now, the hat has its own bone. Okay, I'll actually turn the rig on, and then we'll go into this view here. It has its own custom bone. So if I were to go into edit mode, this bone is part of the bones with AutoRig Pro. It's parented to the head. Okay. So all I have to simply do is just go into AutoRig Pro, go to my exports. I have that bone selected, set custom bones, and voila. That's pretty much it. Pretty cool. So now when I export this out into Unreal Engine or Unity or any other program, it will be treated the exact same way as the rest of the rig. I'm gonna select Unreal Engine and Humanoid. Okay, here's something really cool. If I go to, I'm in my rig section here, right? If I go down to, and I select root motion, and also here's the awesome thing, and I click add IK bones. Look over here, everybody. Animated IK bones is now included. Okay, you can export this bad boy now. I just click this, and there we go. Which means, for example, it will be so useful for feet placements with IK constraints in Unreal Engine. I mean, that's awesome. Okay, so just if you have IK animation, you got IK bones, turn this thing on, it'll make your life a lot easier. Now I'm gonna go to animations, and here I gotta give a big thanks to Jasper, because I am now able to go to my animation. I can go to my custom frames, and I actually can set my frame range now. Now I'm gonna keep 0 because I need it, and then for the end frames, I don't need 250. I just need 206 frames. So let's put that in there. Bam. 1, 2, 3. So we have our custom bone, we have our rig now, which includes animated IK bones. I can't stress this enough. And again, I'll go to my animations range here and say, thank you, Jasper. Thank you for bringing that idea to Lucky. Now, this is a previous retarget that I did. And even though I was very happy with the results, there are some areas I like to fix. For example, on this side here, I want to fix his neck. Even though I don't mind the angle, but I feel it's a little too extreme. So first I'm going to do, I'm going to select the rig. I'll go into pose mode and select the neck. And let's bring up AutoRig Pro. And then I'm going to use my synchronize button so that it is selected on my list. This way I don't have to keep doing this. Okay. Then I'm going to go using interactive tweaks to make the edits that I want to make. Okay. I already have it set to normal, and I'm going to look at this and reduce it on my negative x-axis. So also hit the button a few times, and this I don't mind so much. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind a little angle. So now if I play this, yeah, it feels fine to me. So I'm happy with that. Okay. Now the next thing I want to fix, which is the elephant in the room, is this mouth. So I'm going to go here now into AutoRig Pro, and then I'm going to make some fixes. I'm going to go now, I'm going to select this guy here. Okay. And then I'm going to go to here, synchronize it. So select it here. And then once I'm here, I'm going to go to my location manipulator. Right now it's set to 90. So in this case, it's a bit extreme. That's why we have this extreme position for the mouth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce it. So I'm gonna make it from 0.9 to 0.5. Okay. And then once I have that set up, I'm gonna hit this button here called set. And right away you could see a change. Okay. So we'll continue on. I'll go in this order. I'll go here. Synchronize the selection to match the viewport. And then my location manipulator is already set to what I want. I'll hit set, and again, you'll start to see changes are coming. Great. I'll select it again, synchronize it, and then set it. And I'll just keep going in the order. And then you could see the improvements are pretty much right away. And all you're doing is just taking something that's a bit extreme and just taking half of it, even though right there, same motion, but less manipulation. And look at that. And we're good. Also, what's so cool about all this is the interactive tweaks that you do is now saved. So they won't reset back to 0. Let's say if I wanted to retarget a new data, meaning that you'll be avoiding tedious work again and again and again. Again, very, very cool. So if I play this, now it plays better. Okay, with less skewing, and so if I want to do any extra stuff, I have that freedom, knowing that I'm in a place of a good position. I want to show you the layers display shortcuts. I'm going to select my rig. I'm going to go to pose mode, N key, rig main properties. There's a drop down called controllers display, and there they are. So in my main, I have my main controllers, and I just turn those off and back on again. Okay. I also have some in my layer 2. So if I turn off my layer 1, there's the other controls in layer 2. Okay. Not really needing them right now. So I'll turn this on to do whatever I'm going to do, and then turn them off if I want to preview my animation. Right now, it's ghosted out limb options. If I select my root, it turns on. I'll click on that, and then it will increase you to 6, and click OK. Bam, there's my 6. Okay, I can do stretchy, funny stretchy, and I can just go as nuts as I want. I want to give you a brief overview of the advanced Spline IK features. Okay, here I have a rope. Okay, and I'll turn on the rig. I'll select it, and then go to my pose mode. Okay, so this right here is my root. Okay, and this right here is my tip. Okay, but the 3 new controllers are awesome, and I'll show you what they are. These red guys are the masters, these little red circles, and if I move them, you'll see how they deform the rope. Okay, and a more global level depending on where it is in the chain. Okay, being at the fact this is dead center between these two, it's only going to affect the deform in that way. Okay, very, very cool. Okay, same with this one. Yeah, nice. And as well. Okay, so these are the master controls. Okay, deforming at a global level. But also what's cool about them as well, the fact is, even though I'm able to move them around, I also have my rotation and scale options. Okay. Sorry about that. That was a little wacky. Okay. So again, I'm able to take these guys and have some more fun with them. All right. The next control are the enters. Okay. The enters are these little circles here. Okay. They also deform, but at a smaller scale. Okay. You can see that it just affects the bones before it and after it. But again, it's still giving me the ability to deform the chain to my liking. Meaning that if I were to, for example, move this a certain way and move it this way, and I want to get a more finer tune of that shape, or final look and feel, or in particular, like a snake wrapping around something, you know, I'm able to have those features. Okay. So those are the enters. They don't have rotation or scale. They just have your translation. But again, you would do your rotation and scales with your masters. Okay. The next one on the list here are the individuals. Okay. Now these will only control the bone that is associated to, it's assigned to. So it's more for tweaking purposes. But what's cool about this is you also have rotation and scale. Okay. And you could see how you can take this and do some pretty dynamic animations with it. I want to show you something really cool, okay, with the Redefine res pose of AutoRig Pro. Okay, so I have my cutesy deer character and I have my mocap data. It's already been set up. For my mapping presets, again, I'm using the Mixamo FBX IK, okay? And now that everything is set up, it's all auto scale, I'm gonna hit retarget. And click OK. Okay, wait for it. Boom. Retargets pretty quickly. I'll turn off my mocap data for now and turn off my rig. And let's play this. And even though we have a good retarget, the arms are not so great. Okay. Now I could simply go into an animation layer and adjust the arms to fix that. But with AutoRig Pro, I don't have to do that. I'll stop this. And I'm going to open the scene up again. Don't want to save that. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to select my mocap data this time. And then I'll go to Redefine res pose. One of the cool things about AutoRig Pro, again, you do things at a technical level before you do things at a creative level. Okay. Now, a cool new feature with this is now we have res pose and current pose to use to get proper rotations when it comes to modifying our target to match the source. Now I know my res pose is fine, so I'll use that. But in certain cases where the res pose has issues, you could actually create a manual T pose at frame 0 and then select current pose and click OK, and then you can use those proper rotations to get the proper retargeting. Okay, but in this case I'm going to go with res pose because I know it's good. I'll click OK, and boom, there it is right here. Perfect T pose. So I'll select this bone here, shift select this bone here, and I'll copy those bones rotations, and then I'll select this one here and then that one there, again copy those rotations, and then I'll apply it, and there it is. Give it a couple, and then after that hit retarget, give it a couple of seconds, and bam, here we go. I'm gonna turn off my mocap data, turn off my rig, and let's play this. 1, 2, and a 3. Awesome. Arms are much better and they match the rig perfectly. I'm going to select the empty, add limb, and then I'm going to scroll down to chain bendy bones. Okay, now that that's here, I'm going to go to limb options since it's already selected, and there's a name feature right here. So by default, it's set to B bones. I'm gonna call you, let's say, Dave Bones. Okay. And I'll save that. And then if I deselect and select each one of these bones, it now inherits the name that I gave it. Pretty cool. This also works for the Spline IK as well.